Sierra Leone is among the most vulnerable countries prone to climate change. The economic sector and livelihoods are already experiencing the manifestation of its impact. According to the science of climate change, these impacts are likely to continue to affect Sierra Leone in the future. Success Sai Kamara, Public Relations Officer, Head of Communication Sierra Leone Meteorological Agency, says Sierra Leone has been ranked as the third most vulnerable country facing disaster of climate change around the globe.
The impact of climate change is now staring us in the face. Many research, many indices that have come out with the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, had said that Sierra Leone is the third vulnerable country to climate change disasters across the globe. That is not far from the fact that because we are depleting the environment, we are also not feeling the brunt of climate change. Before this time, communities like Hastings, Grafton, Godrich, Bathurst, especially the Western Area Peninsula, was far better forested, and those trees that were there were serving as windbreakers. They do not only create the ambience to be able to have a wet weather, but it also serves as windbreakers. But all have been cut down in the name of building houses, expanding our city, and even reports emanating from within the government circle indicates that we've tampered with the green belt. So now, when we experience whether the northwesterly or the southeasterly winds, there's nothing to stop them. They come straight into the center of the city, and they hit us real hard.
Lai Fofana, Head of Program Action Aid, Sierra Leone, speak on the effects of climate change in the country.
We are also encountered with flooding in 2017 alone, August. We all can remember here in Freetown. We lost 2,000 people to flooding. And 6,000 people were displaced as well. When organizations came together to calculate the loss in the name of property, we are able to ascertain 237 billion euros. This is against the Big Five now in Sierra Leone. The agenda of the Big Five, number one, is feed Sierra Leone. How can you feed Sierra Leone with this kind of situation, climate change? If the weather pattern continues to be like this, we are wasting our time. Food cannot be here. There will be intense crop failure. Our mothers and aunts in the village can always come back to say, I planted my groundnuts, I planted my rice, but nothing is coming back in terms of harvest.
The Deputy Minister of Environment and Climate Change, Honorable Mimayema Stephanie, lament on the key steps that has been embarked on by the government to help address the issue of disaster in the country.
My ministry is making efforts in collaborating with all its agencies in the adaptation and mitigation of climate change and raising awareness. We are taking actions in combating deforestation and promoting reforestation by planting trees. We have planted over 2 million trees. We are currently sensitizing the nation on plastic pollution and its adverse effects on both our blue and green ecosystems. We are currently working on promoting clean cooking. We cannot succeed in implementing without the involvement and collaboration with our youth and women, who make the largest percentage of our population. My ministry is therefore committed in working with the youth and women of this country to not only protect our environment and its habitats, but to also succeed in implementing our President's agenda in the Big Five game changer.
According to a report by the government of Sierra Leone through the Environment Protection Agency, the benchmark that was set to achieve best environmental practice laid its foundation from 2013, and it is hoped to make meaningful impact by 2035 for the country to become a middle-income country in achieving climate change resilience. Aisha Edmond Fona, AYV News, Freetown.